know what?
We need the figure from the Bannisters that they're willing to accept.
Yeah.
What were they listed at?
I never could get that from the realtor, or because she pulled it off the market. So she said, I can't give you the number because now he thinks it's worth more.
Mhm.
So I guess
Now,
when you said we should buy the dentist, so I really feel like if we don't buy the one lot that I feel like is most valuable to our
It's the one-
project is
it's
the
the one
one that's
against the building.
It's
directly
the Bannister,
adjacent.
it
It's
is.
the one that touches the building, because that would enable us to do the outside spaces for a restaurant or a sporting goods store or something like that. So to bring one of the developers' opinions on this, he said, yes, if you add the vacant lots, that'll place value. I will increase my bid because that makes it more valuable to me,
Yeah.
because otherwise he's gonna have to buy those lots.
Mm-hmm.
But just sort of like we did with cleanup, why don't we just leave that whole headache to the developer?
you can't.
Because maybe by that point, they definitely have more resources.
Well,
as
the
private
only
developers.
reason we considered the lots was we didn't want the Bannisters to hold a developer hijacked and would say, you know, guess what, I want $100,000 for that.
Well, he may want that because
So
say he
that's
paid
why,
40 and then invested.
so that
40,
might make a
that's 80.
developer
It
say,
ain't
you know
moving.
what, this property's worth more to me with the lot, and now I can't do what I want, so, let's not punt yet, but let's try, you know, cause if the Bannisters are sincere, you can't blame somebody for getting as much money as they can get. But if they're sincere and that number is reasonable, and we feel that we'll recoup it, and that saves the developer from worrying about being held hostage with the value of the property, you know, that might be what we wanna do. There's a lot of ifs there.
Okay, so
So
you want me
we
to
need to-
reach out to him and
Yeah.
find out what his dollar
What
is?
his dollar is.
That's the
And
first step.
tell him that this is the appraisal we've gotten back and we're sort of restricted here, but we'd have to know what your offer is in order, what your number is, and then, okay.
And then the Mako, maybe if you could follow up with Mako or whatever, find that letter where there was, I think there's a way around, there's always a way around some of this stuff if you jump through the hoops you're supposed to.
Right.
Well, especially,
I don't wanna be the naysayer here, guys.
Oh,
Almost-
yeah.
But, you know, somebody needs to, okay, because, you know, you guys have a bunch of good plans for this building, okay? What happens if all this stuff gets done, and then we have a change in the economy, and all these developers say, no, you know, it turns out we're not interested, we're not gonna be able to make any money on it. And then we're left holding this
Well, that's
building
why
in an overly expensive lot or lots next door that we've paid for, that now, I mean, unless y'all need to build a new courthouse or something, what are we gonna do with it?
well, but really what you're saying is you're going back to square one, that we've already passed that.
I know you've
But
already passed it.
the way that we've dealt with the developer's performance is in the agreement with the developer, with the county, which says, you will do this, you will build it, you will follow these parameters, you will meet this timeline, short of a bankruptcy. And that could happen, and a lot of that happens in developments. You know, people go bankrupt. That's the risk we weighed months back, whether or not we honestly thought, because we had a couple, you know, was it Adolph said, it'll be a big money pit and you'll get stuck with it. So, do you do nothing, or do you watch the building decay and then you have to pay for it to demo it as hazardous waste?
And I know, look, I understand what you're saying.
So I've got to defend my
But
position.
the concern is that you're doubling down with potentially overpaying for a lot next door.
Okay.
I actually agree
Fair
with Ben.
enough, fair
I
enough.
actually agree with Ben because I've just looked at our budget, we're already over budget as it is, and so my take on it, is why be even more over budget?
Mhm.
Why increase our risk? That's
legitimate.
And so my tendency is to talk to the Bannisters, because I mean,
Yeah.
I actually talked to my husband about this, because he has probably like our community's overall tolerance for risk. And so we threw it around and he said, well, and this was a great idea. What if the Bannisters were willing to take appraisal price for just the one lot that's adjacent to the building. And then hold the other lot to sort of make up some of the difference of
Okay.
his investment. And then you still have the area to, do the outdoor spaces, but not a giant parking lot, you know? And then that would be on the developer. So I don't know, there's a lot of thoughts there, but me coming from the budget perspective, spending $80,000 or $80,000, I just, that concerns me. Cause it is sort of like doubling down.
Well, you are doubling down, you're basically saying we'll recoup that in the sales price, and that's where it's, but like I said, try and go back to the reason we talked about lots in the first place, is that the developer we would be transferring that risk to us, that he wouldn't have to overpay. That aspect of that open piece wouldn't make it less attractive to him, and he lowers his price to us, cause he says, I need that lot, and I'm gonna have to pay more for that lot. So,
Let's,
but, go ahead.
we'll get with Bannister
And ask them,
and then that will start.
That's the first.
that'll
step,
inform
yeah.
us, okay.
But to go back to Ben's point though, when, so you're right, doubling down on the lots, that, a lot of ifs with the lots, a lot of, but we actually put a pencil to it, and to allow that building to, if that building goes to decay, and then it has to be demolished, it's gonna have to go out as hazardous waste.
No, you're right.
So it's like, hey, even this path is cheaper than that path. And you got the opportunity, so it's a good argument for why we made the investment. The doubling down on the lots, that one requires some thought.
And one of our developers, when I first asked him, Randy, would the lot make it more appealing? He said, no, it would actually make it less appealing. The other developer, who I
Really?
think has more money up front, and he wants to put a parking lot there. Randy's against the parking lot idea. He wants it to be developed space and
Gotcha.
parking in the alley,
Right.
because he doesn't believe in taking Main Street space for parking lots. He's like, put them in the alley, or put them in the lot behind the alley, you know, buy a lot
I
and
see.
pave that. As a developer, he does not believe in taking Main Street for
Yeah,
parking. So you have two different philosophies there, and so Randy was initially against that, but then he was for it when he saw the renderings. Oh yeah, we could create a neat little outdoor space there as part of our building. But he wouldn't want all three lots for that, you know, that
No,
would be a
no.
bigger expense, so let's just see what the Bannisters say.
That's the first step.
Okay. All right, then I'll follow up with
We could
Megan.
demolish the city offices and make a parking lot there. What do you think? That's the mayor.
Okay, thank you guys. Okay, let's see. High Plains did change their meeting on the 17th to the 22nd. You guys texted me and said that would work for you guys. So that's the meeting where we have to,
22nd?
the 22nd. And I changed our Outlook invite. And I know I have one for that meeting set up, cause I did change it and someone's already accepted it. But that one is to review their plan for structural repair for the building and the roof. So I've asked them, okay, when are we gonna get those documents to review, and I haven't heard back from them, so.
Gosh, think about how quickly this is moving. So they're already gonna come up with like a preliminary draft plan of this.
Well, they've been working on it since November.
Well, that's-
Really?
That's excellent. Well, that's
How
good.
long should that take?
Well,
But it is moving fast
It
from
is-
our
it
end
is.
for
It's
like having to
the-
review
The
final
14th,
documents.
we're gonna say, okay, there, it looks like now we got something we gotta bring on a structural repair contractor. you
Right.
know.
Okay, so,
Were they
you-
gonna give us a rough order of magnitude estimate with that plan, or what were they gonna do?
no, it's going out for,
Okay, so they'll have
and then the
bids.
next step is the RFQ. And then the RFQ, that is gonna draw qualified contractors that are interested in the project, and they're gonna give us what High Plains gave us, an estimate on their work, plus an hourly rate.
And then we talked about tracking progress on that so that we know that when we're spent half the money, we're half done or whatever.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's, I just wanted to bring that, because that's coming up quick, and I'm gonna need y'all's sort of time to oversee that, or look into that document.
You know, it's interesting though, you're sending out these invites, but they're not actually, they're coming in the body of your email, and you can't, let me check, okay?
Yeah, show me what you're getting, because you guys work in Outlook, don't you?
Yeah, well, maybe it automatically, so, we're doing, is any one of these your Outlook?
Those are all emails.
Okay, let's go to my
So
calendar.
if you accept it, it goes to your
Okay,
trash.
so should it be on the 20th?
22nd.
Yeah, here, planner, okay, so I got it, never mind. Then
But
I'm,
look on
then-
the 14th, see if there's one for the 14th. I don't know that I sent one out for the 14th.
no, I don't think you did, you said you were gonna.
No,
But it's working, so the system's working, and then in theory, we say yes, you know.
yes, whenever you get one of those, it should look like an email, but it takes
Then
more
it
space
becomes-
in your
It loses its
email.
email once you accept it.
Once you accept it, it's
Got it.
gone.
And the only reason that these slip through the cracks for me is because I need to forward them to my Google Calendar
Calendar, and you're
on my
not getting
phone,
them.
although they're on this phone's calendar, so, anyway, never mind, I'm glad, so the one on the 20th is there.
Okay, so vacant lots, things. The 22nd, right?
20th, well, the one,
20th.
the one I'm looking at is on the 22nd, never mind.
Okay, never mind.
And there's not one on the 14th?
She hasn't
Yes,
sent it
there
yet.
is, but that's a different meeting. There's a lot of meetings coming up.
Yeah, I see.
This is
I
the
got-
information meeting
I
with
got
the
we're on at
developer.
least 3 days in here.
Yep, this is the information meeting with the developer. So, with the interested developers, so we're moving,
What's the date on that meeting?
the
14th, there's one the
14th.
14th,
the 14th at
one
1
the
o'clock.
22nd,
The 14th of.
January,
January at 1
one on
o'clock.
the 17th.
Right.
but Teresa's gonna send out,
The
did you-
17th got canceled and moved to the
That's
22nd.
when it's canceled.
Yeah,
Yes.
Good to know.
And then the 22nd, is the High Plains review of, it's their virtual meeting where we're reviewing the plan for repairing the structural issue.
Okay, and what time is that?
That is 11:30 on the 22nd.
I got 1:30. See, I would've been late.
11:30 to 12:30.
no, you'd have told me 1:30, and then you'd have there at 11.
Yeah. You know,
Oh, you guys.
it's at 2 o'clock.
Okay, there is another meeting, but y'all don't have to come to this, is the walk on the 21st. We're having a walkthrough with the developers, so
Really?
the 14th is the information meeting, and then the 21st is the walkthrough, so the developers.
Walkthrough, what time of day is that?
That's at 1 o'clock. But y'all don't have to come to that, I can walk them through the building
And bring them back?
and I'll bring them back, I won't leave them in there.
I hope that there's no ghosts or anything.
It's on the 25th, that,
Then the 22nd, the next day, is where, that's the most important meeting that you guys come to, is the 14th and the 22nd, because your input is really valuable and needed. on
It
those.
always is.
It is. And they'd love to see
Especially
you at
Mr.
the
Goff.
walkthrough, but the walkthrough is really not,
And that 22nd was
Well-
11:30.
for me it is.
But we told Bob 2 o'clock.
I might be there for that walkthrough.
that'd be great. I just don't, I know you guys, I know y'all don't get paid a living wage around here, so I try to honor your time.
I appreciate it.
Okay, I wanted to ask Ben this, but, so the coal board, I did send them, all the information to finalize our contract with them. And so they'll be generating a DocuSign that everybody hates, but it'll go to Ben first.
Yeah.
So we
Okay.
need to let him know, cause if he's the first person that signs, then it triggers you to sign, and then it triggers Cheryl to sign.
Okay, very good.
So, I'll remind Ben of that.
But those are kind of foolproof, aren't they? You sign them and then
Yes,
they do their own thing.
yes, and they give you a little, yes, your, you know, your signature, your DocuSign is complete, and then it triggers the next person.
Okay, so I learned about your lots here. They were listed for 29,500 each.
Oh, good.
They were willing to pay an agent 3% if they found the buyer. And if they were purchased together, the seller was willing to give $5,000 off the purchase price.
That's really good knowledge.
Overall,
For which
Both
lots?
of those, the Bannister lots.
The Bannister lots.
That's really good
Where did
knowledge
you
to
get
know
the-
at
you
least
just
what
got
they were
that
asking.
I got a sign on.
she's magic.
She knows how
Are
to
these-
do
Well, no,
the same?
it's part of,
Oh.
you have to have your license to get.
Can
I know in my mind, I was rolling around
They
the
do it for
$60,000 figure.
$27,000.
Well, that's exactly what John said.
There's no reason you couldn't pick that up for $40,000 cash from what they're purchased at.
You think?
Well,
For both?
they were listed at 29,500. They were paying their agent 3%. They were willing to pay a buyer's agent 3%. Then they were going to take $5,000 off if purchased both lots. They would have walked at a $40,000 cash offer.
Wait, so tell me, so this is 29.5 each?
Yeah, correct.
So that's 60 grand.
29,500 each.
So that's
Close to
60
60
grand.
Okay.
But then,
Yeah.
so take
5,000
6%
off.
off. Take 6% off the top of the 60,
Okay.
because that's the professional
Okay,
fees.
see, here we go, this is where,
60,000, so take 6% off that, that's professional fees.
Right.
Because we don't use a.
Because
real-
you're not using professional fees.
Okay.
So
That's
this is the
3,600.
same. So that's what?
3,600.
3,600.
per
Now
lot
that
or
they're
for
gonna
both?
get $5,000, does it say $5,000 off total?
That's what
or-
you
I'm
said.
sure.
We'll get $5,000 off
Oh,
the purchase price.
If
It's off of
both
each.
lots. You think off of each or
Does that one say
if
the same
both
thing?
lots?
Probably.
What
It
does it
says
say
if
here?
both lots are purchased together. we'll
Okay,
get
so maybe just one
$5,000.
$5,000 credit there. So that's
So what's it come to?
20.
Yeah,
One
that's
lot.
right. So they'd be down, so we'd be down to 55.
52.
54.
But we
Maybe
still
you
have
could
to
get that
close
exempt.
it.
3,600 would be off of that too, so we'd be down to,
But your closing costs aren't part of the purchase
Here, let me
price for
get
the
one.
makeover.
Get the calculator out.
Right, so forget about that.
Okay,
But to get your exception,
okay. So we're down to like,
55.
50, 52 something, if he's
Yeah.
still at the same.
Okay.
That's
If he's
good
still in the
knowledge, that's
same
good
mindset.
knowledge to have.
great.
Because you go back to him and be like,
At least
we
you can
were
try.
willing to.
Okay.
Now, obviously, he's not part of the community, so he's not probably overly concerned about the well-being of the community. but
actually
you could go
is.
back. Oh, is he?
He wanted to retire here and then he had a bad
You
experience.
could totally use that.
Oh,
Well, this is our goal, and this is what you were willing to do.
it's round
This is what we
up,
can
All right,
do.
so now we can ask ourselves, do we think if we spent 55 grand on those lots, would that be a good investment?
And I think you were underappraised, to
We're
be quite
down
honest
to
with
a
you.
$12,000 question.
There's nothing on the market
Yeah.
you can buy right now
So,
for less
you
than
know, it's worth
$26,500 for it.
Yeah, okay,
I
good,
think he
good.
underappraised too.
He did. He underappraised it because you can't buy any lot. In fact, I'm working with a couple and we put in a few offers. You can't buy a lot in Roundup right now, a buildable lot for under
And so why
$26,500.
did he appraise it at 20?
On Main
He
Street,
had comparables from 13,000 up to 35,000, so he just picked a number in the middle.
but it needs to be like a like for like. Commercial Main Street property doesn't go for the same as the property across from the school over here, or the 9th Avenue West over and 11th.
I've run into this before, though, it doesn't matter, the appraisal's out there, it is what it is.
That is, and it's gonna last for 6 months.
Locations, everything.
Okay, I got 4 minutes.
Okay,
I just wanted to let y'all know the Buch, Taylor Buch, the people that own the back porch now.
Oh,
She has asked for a meeting with us to discuss the Weir Building project because evidently they have some grand vision that is very similar to what she's seeing on Facebook.
Oh, yeah?
So I offered her to come in, but we're trying to find a time that works
very good.
for y'all. So
And actually, if you wanted her to come in as part of your time next week, maybe that.
I
But
asked
the idea
her.
was she's interested in the developer's package, or?
No, I think she doesn't want us to compete with what they're doing, but I told her we're not doing the development piece. A developer is.
Okay,
But
so she might want to, maybe we could help her well, I'm thinking, well, but maybe it's just giving her the developers list, and she can talk to them. But anyway,
okay.
who does what first?
That's right. I'm starting on the development agreement. I've reached out to the Billings downtown group that helped us, that provided the template, one of the primary templates I used. And so I'm waiting to hear back from her on that. And then, I think that's it. Oh, you're not Ben. Hey, Kenny. I'll get with Ben on, just let him know that DocuSign's coming.
Good.
And last thing, I am taking a much needed vacation, February the 1st through the 8th to celebrate Mark and I's 30th anniversary.
Wow.
So I just wanted to let you
Is
know,
Mark going?
he's going. I'm
Just
taking him.
take it
I mean, he was
separate.
gonna celebrate somewhere else.
That may be the case, that may be what he wants, but he hasn't said that to me. He actually wants to go with me.
There he is.
So I'll let y'all
We're
know.
supposed to hand out this plaque, I tell
Thank you. Thank you for
We can
that.
do that.
Yes, did you get both of them? Because there's one for each lot.
I don't know.
Interesting.
I want to know
That-
why Kenny's
That's right here.
17th Skyline. It was sold on the 26th of January for $15,500 and July 1st for $35,000.
Yeah, I
Somebody
saw
really
that.
wanted it.
Yeah, they did.
I wish you would listen to the,
You think?
I think
Yeah, I thank so much, Geraldine. You're wonderful.
Of course.
Well, let's go get this over with.
All right, thank you,
Okay.
Tracy.
Thank
This
you,
thing is
guys.
I think
moving
we should go
forward.
out here.
We're gonna keep moving.
Keep moving forward.
Moving. Okay, have a good weekend, you
Hey,
guys.
thanks a bunch.
Have a good one, Kenny.
I didn't lock my door. This is closed, yeah. I need that number from you, so I can give it to Mike Goff. We'll just text it.
Where are we
to you.
gonna do this? You know, this-
Thanks.
He's up getting the scoop.
Are you relaxed?
Sorry, too many years of coming in and making myself at
I'm
home.
with you.
Are you guys leaving?
Oh,
We want to do this.
Just kidding.
Are you guys going on a field trip?
No, they're giving him a plaque, I think.
Oh,
Jack, oh, you want to go
I
out?
was like, oh, am I supposed to?
I'll leave my jacket on if you're doing that.
Good luck, my friend.
Appreciate it.
Good luck.
Yeah, I'm already so bored I can't stand it, but
Well, you know, you probably got a poor over consultant. Honestly,
I've been being consulted a lot.
and make a lot of money.
I could, I'm just not ready yet.
I know you have a lot of options.
I
Just
was
as
so
long
bored, I
as
went
you're.
and signed up for a basic welding class in Billings 2 nights a week starting next week.
That sounds kind of fun.
I always regretted I never took it in high school. when I was
Yeah, I think it's fun. I hate to tell you, but you
I'm a
know,
woodworker and I thought it might help with some of my furniture making.
it would help. It's creative, anything creative. Good work.
Really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Very good.
There he is.
Yeah.
So, how's things?
It's been a slow couple weeks, to be honest with you.
Really?
Not much going on, but, Mike got me.
Uh-oh.
I've got Dr. Kent McVeigh's number for you. He runs that Southern Ag Research Center.
Oh,
I
okay.
talked to him on the phone a little bit the other day, and he just said to have you call him, and you guys can discuss would be something you're interested in
Yeah.
doing. It's like, there's like a committee meeting once a year, and then there's like a field day.
Oh,
So
yeah,
it's not too crazy.
yeah.
I can give you that phone number if you want.
Yeah.
It's 406-994.
406-994.
3402. And
And
that's
that is,
Kent
Kent?
McVeigh.
what was that?
McVeigh.
Okay, doctor, huh?
Yeah, professor, doctor.
Yeah, I'll give them a call. I just wanna know what the menu is, that's my big
Yeah,
concern.
they served us some good food when I went to the meeting.
Good for you.
Had it catered and everything.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, not a ton else going on. Had my annual review with Tracy yesterday.
So you're gonna get a pay cut?
Yeah, that's what she said.
That's with Tracy?
Yeah, yep.
Yeah.
No foul language or anything, right?
No, like she just talked about some stuff for kind of get planned for the next year, cause I wanna kind of do a structured yearly plan basically that's pretty consistent year to year. So I wanna have like 2 ranchers round tables where, you know, people can come in and there'll be a variety of topics each time, but
Yeah.
just like an hour and a half long deal, twice a year, where I bring somebody in to talk about a topic.
Yeah.
And then, so I want 2 of those. I haven't decided when to schedule them yet. I want to do
That's a good plan.
a 3 or 6 credit applicators training in April.
Commercial?
No, I can't do commercial. Private.
Jennifer, hard time about that.
So I'll do one of those in April and maybe one in the fall, and then just talk to her a lot about trying to get a good schedule yearly.
Yeah.
You know, kind of yearly structure laid out that you can just repeatable.
That roundtable thing sounds like a great idea.
Yeah, I think it'd be cool. Yeah, just
You
kind
know,
of
more involvement from the ranchers
right.
and they'll catch on, you know.
Yeah, just bringing different people in with different topics. So like this first one, I'm trying to get a guy from the risk management agency in to talk about like LRP and that type of deal. So that'll be good. But yeah, and everything else is kind of gonna get all the dates settled finally for the fair. Hopefully next week, and then we'll start calling meat shops and trying to get spots for that, and getting all the judges lined up. And
Gosh, that's good, we get started already.
Yeah.
When is the Fair Board gonna have their meeting again?
next Tuesday,
Next
or
Tuesday?
this coming Tuesday, I believe.
Okay,
Before
what time?
5 or 6, I think, at the extension office.
Okay,
Or that's the 4-H council.
So that would be.
it's not the Fair
14th.
Board?
No, it's the 4-H council.
Oh, okay, it's 4-H.
Yeah, the fair board is the 4th Tuesday, isn't it? Of the month?
So we're talking about the 21st?
Maybe 28?
28th, actually, I have a fair board meeting, 5:30, 28th.
Yeah, 28th. Yeah, yeah. That one was the 4-H council.
And Mike Turley, you have a speaking role in that.
Yeah. You pencil in an hour for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're looking for motivation, we're looking for you to give us
I'll tell them we don't
Bring
want.
your pom-poms.
an inspirational speech.
So I think that all that stuff is rolling along pretty
Yeah,
good.
good deal.
Trying to get Angela, the egg teacher, to come, and possibly Abby, the egg teacher over in Lavina, to come.
Yeah.
To the one on Tuesday, or?
The
Which one?
the fair board
Fair-
meeting.
Excellent.
Yeah. So because FFA needs to be a little more involved in that too, or at least have some kind of whatever you call it, ex officio person that goes to those meetings. You know.
Well, that might form a genesis for, you know, motivation, vision, you know, kind of,
Yeah.
what are we gonna do with this great asset we have and how can we use it better?
Right.
I think that's excellent.